Hello and welcome to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Biden says a Fed chair announcement is coming in about 4 days. Powell or Brainerd? Biden expected to announce the Fed pick soon. Israel's new AML rules may help banks onboard crypto clients, and in that new, Israel's new AML and anti-terrorist financing rules for crypto asset service providers take effect this week. But that's also clearing the way for local banks to more easily accept clients from the crypto sector. And also, too, I don't know if you were live on Twitter today and paying attention to Brad Garlinghouse and the Ripple team posting new information, basically an approach to cryptocurrency regulation. And again, as always, with every single video that we make, the links to the articles that we discuss are available in the description below, with a few associate links if you're interested. We're constantly getting, requests on or information requested on what people can do connecting to crypto, digital assets for 401ks, retirement, etc. The best one in there is the iTrustCapital. Those guys are number one in what they do, hands down. And also, too, as a constant, we hear just nightmare story after nightmare story with the exchanges freezing people's assets, not letting them buy, not letting them transfer to the wallets. And the number one thing we have said from day one here is, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. Obviously, we're not in the old pioneering Wild West like we were, 5-6 years ago. But the whole thing of it is today is it's still having the exchange issues, and people are still having similar nightmares. It is getting quicker and faster and closer to the adoption flood stage, obviously, but it's still not quite here yet. So as I always say, keep your crypto in your wallets the best that you can once you get it off the exchange. And there's no other storage for me, as in my favorite, than the ledger. The only other possible exception would be with XDC, and we would love for anyone who hears this, feel free to tag the people at Ledger if you are a retail investor holding XDC. Zenfin executives have given Ledger everything that they need to be able to list XDC on the Ledger Nano S or X, whichever you choose, Bluetooth being the X and the USB cable being the S. I'm kind of old-fashioned. I do like that as well. But having said that, Ledger, it would be amazing if you would include that. Otherwise, the only other option in my opinion, for XDC would be the decent cold storage wallet. It's very similar to the Ledger, but as far as everything else, I am a fan, like hands down. I love the Ledger Nano, and I think the cold storage, over time, I believe it's still the safest. As you have cold storage, you have your hot storage and your regular standard wallets. But I believe anything is safer than the exchange, and that's no direct attack against the exchanges, because I do like a handful of them. Of course, as we discuss on this channel, I know a lot of people are frustrated with the high fees of the exchanges, but we're still so early that doesn't even cross my mind, knowing where we are headed. And again, if you're a new investor, Coinbase is probably going to be your easiest, as it's recognized as Coinbase.com. As you get a little bit more proficient and a little bit more experience, and you can try Coinbase Pro. And again, you're going to have the exact same account, the exact same login information, and you hold two accounts, whether you realize that or you do not. You don't have to set up a new account. It's already there. Use your same log information as you do with the app that's on your phone, which is recognized as Coinbase.com, and just do the Coinbase Pro, and it'll be the same information. Again, you have Binance, which is a little tricky. As far as the USA, you can't use it any further, but outside of the USA, which we are a global channel here, I think Binance.com is an amazing one. Binance.us has come a long way since it started, has a handful of crypto as well. And BitTrue, a lot of people globally can appreciate bit true as it holds, pretty much everything, unless it's like a new asset. You're going to find some of the like crypto.com or some of the other smaller exchanges or some of the new like in-wallet exchanges are going to allow you and permit you to get some of those other smaller assets that are getting released. And we have our favorites, but we've shown as we dove into a few of the other random assets just for fun and kind of as a long-term research, as I call it, where we tossed in a little bit to see if over time, hodling, if that's going to grow into something significant or if it's just going to crash down to zero. So we threw aside a little bit of money for that test, and probably one of the number one assets, which has been surprising us, we kind of thought may, end up going to nothing, has become probably the most significant gainer of the year, and that has been the Shiba Inu, or the SHIB coin, which has been our wild card, as we will continue to call it. So either which way, today Ripple released a framework for cryptocurrency and digital asset regulation. A real approach to cryptocurrency regulation is what they call it. And this approach is designed to offer an immediate and pragmatic way forward that accounts for the dynamic. Let's try that again. New tongue, it sounds like. Dynamic capabilities of cryptocurrency and digital assets. And we believe the best public policy outcomes can be achieved by public-private collaboration, adapting existing regulatory frameworks and fostering cryptocurrency innovation sandboxes. And if you've been here a while, you've heard the sandboxes, but you probably haven't heard it in a long time, because it was the legal, I don't want to say loophole, because that always sounds like such a bad thing, even though loophole is a legal term. But the sandbox initiatives enabled all of the financial institutions to use them without the, I'm going to say this poorly for you new guys, without the regulatory microscope. Basically, the overreach, it permits them a timeline to be able to try something new to see if it will be more efficient approach for the financial institutions. And again, that was a horrible explanation, but I think it will make sense to the new investor. So moving forward, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And as always, I want to leave you with a final thought. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. And again, I want to say much love and thank you to each and every one of you, and very appreciative to the legend in our Patreon group, Surfmeister. You're a rock star. We appreciate you here on this channel. And again, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.